What, Mom? I told you, if you're gonna take me to court and try to take my kids away from me, we're not talking. There's no phone calls. There's no interactions. There's nothing. Listen to me. Just because you and I are going to court does not mean I'm not gonna see my grandson until then. I still want to FaceTime him. Are you out of your mind, Mom? You have the nerve to take your daughter's kids away, and you still think that I'm just gonna allow you to FaceTime your grandson? No, it's not how it works, and it's funny because you're doing exactly what Joey would have done. This is exactly how he used to act. There's a big difference between me and your ex-husband. I did not do anything to deserve to not see him anymore. No, this whole situation is what you did. Now I have to wait for a summons to go to court. I have to go back to court again now. Yeah, and that's through no fault of your own. So I'm gonna hang up and then we're gonna FaceTime. Now, I'm sorry to say this, Mom, but when we hang up, that's it. Do not try calling back because I'm not going to answer. There's no FaceTimes, there's no phone calls, there's no nothing. You're taking me to court, then this is how it's going to be. Okay, no mother should do this to her daughter. No, you're not going to restrict me from seeing my grandson. I didn't tell her this, but it does upset me that she doesn't want me around my stepdaughter. I don't even think she wants me to call her a stepdaughter. Nah, I don't think it's a red flag. I think she has her reasons to not trust me. It's just funny because every other time she hasn't trusted me, I've been okay with it. I've understood it because of my past. But when it comes to that baby, I don't know what it is. I guess you're right. There is some resentment when I look at that baby still. And I know I'm not supposed to take it out on the baby. That makes me just as bad as her sister. But like, you know, she had a baby with another man, and it still gets to me at times, you know, because I love Miranda. I still have that like teenage obsession with her. And to still picture her. Yo, bro, can we not use those terms? But yeah, just imagining her having another life with a dude, like I try to block it out for most of the time, but I don't know, when I look at that baby, it just reminds me of that time. Yeah, I know, Charlotte's a forever part of Miranda's life. I'm just have to get used to it. I never thought that I would be like, so resentful of a baby, you know? And then when it comes to her mom, like, threatening to take the kids away, when we go to court for custody and stuff, I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if Miranda's gonna like have me on her side and then take custody of Junior, but then what happens with Charlotte? I don't think I want custody of Charlotte. Is that wrong? I don't think I deserve like custody. I don't think Miranda implies that, but how is she gonna, like, she wants to give up the custody agreement with me. You know what I'm saying? So she might want to kill two birds with one stone while going to court against her mom and put me on the papers with Charlotte. I'm never getting into a fist fight like that again, alright? Unless it's self-defense. If that man comes after me, he's got no chance against me this time. I'll kick his ass. Like, I'm ready for him. You know, I have suddenly felt a sense of purpose taking my grandkids away from my daughter. I feel like I'm doing it for the rest of the grandmas out there who feel helpless when they watch their grandkids in unfortunate circumstances. I want to win in court more than ever to show people that you have power as a grandparent. You don't have to sit back and watch your daughter make a terrible decision with a toxic partner. I know you may see it like that, Mom, but I think most people are going to see it from the perspective that you're taking your daughter's kids away. There's just something evil about that, no matter how you look at it. Well, the people who see this as a bad thing, the people who want to villainize me for this, they don't get it. They probably don't have grandkids. Or I don't know. But I think there are a lot of disenfranchised grandparents out there who feel helpless a lot of the times when they see their son or daughter in a toxic relationship, and they have to wonder whether or not their grandkids are in danger at night. I ask, like, do you really feel that way? Or are you trying to convince yourself because you feel bad about it? Like, this is like a desperation move at the end of the day. You can't feel good about taking your grandkids. This is how I really feel. I really feel, because all these years with Joey in the picture and him doing what he did to Miranda, I felt so helpless, and I should have taken a page out of her mother-in-law's book, who always took initiative and always took control. And I regret all the years that I did not voice my opinion, put my foot down against him. These are my grandkids. Okay, I hate when people belittle the role of the grandmother. A grandmother is just as important as the mother half the time.
Okay, can I ask you something else though?
Yeah, what's your question?
Remember you forged that restraining order for Joey against Charlotte? I just always wondered, like, who helped you do that?
Who would I be if I revealed that information? You think I'm a snitch?
You know, I'm your daughter. You know, I'm just always curious, like, who helped you do that? Like,
it was a one and done encounter. Served the purpose that it needed to serve. We can move on from that.
okay, but do you owe this person a favor though?
Maybe, maybe not. But now's not the time to think of favors. Now's the time to do my homework and make sure that I win this case. Because I really feel a sense of pride in being the first grandmother on this reality show, in this family, to win custody of her grandkids. And I don't only do it for the other grandmothers in this way, but I want to show other grandmothers that you can raise 2 children even at the age of 48 by yourself. That's what I'm going to show everyone, since everyone wants to call me old or I need to do my hair.
Are you also saying all these things because Vince made you feel old? You know, I know it must not have been easy to get broken up with by a 27-year-old.
No. Has nothing to do with Vince. I had a fling with him for a couple days. I could care less about.
I don't know, I'm just trying to understand, like, how you can suddenly be this person, because you've never been this person. And I understand, like, the reason you told me, but I still think maybe it had something to do with Vince, or maybe like a midlife crisis where he's made you feel old. You feel like you can't have kids anymore, so now you're just gonna take Miranda's or something. I don't know.
You know, that pisses me off, that whenever someone in my position is angry or upset or doing something outside of the box, it's either menopause or a midlife crisis. Gina, get over yourself.
But you do act old for your age, Mom. Like, 48 years old is not old, but you, like, act and dress like you're 70, no offense.
Alright, Junior, Grandma just bought you that, so why don't you play nice with that?
Shut up.
Excuse me? Joey, I'm trying not to micromanage as a grandmother. I'm grateful I get to be around him, but who taught him how to say shut up? Because he just told me to shut up. I don't know, he's a toddler. He picks things up from like everywhere. Maybe he heard it on the street when we were walking. No, you're not just gonna blow this off, and it's not funny. Because he's gonna go to school and say that. And then what? He's gonna be 4 years old. If he says that, no one's flipping out. Okay, it's not the worst thing that he can say. No, so who really taught him that though? Was it you or was it Miranda? You're really getting upset over this. This is really the hill that you're gonna die on right now. It wasn't Miranda. Miranda doesn't say that. So it was you. You know, you have a second chance at being a father to him. You're actually allowed to be around him while you have a custody agreement that says you're not allowed to. And you're teaching him these things. You think, if I have a problem with it, how's Miranda going to think of it when he tells her to shut up? He's not allowed to talk to Miranda like that. Right? He would never talk to Miranda. I wouldn't allow it. Oh, so you get upset when he talks to his mother like that, but he can talk to his grandmother like that, no problem, right? It's cute when he talks to his grandmother like that. That's real funny. Telling me to shut up. The woman that raised you. Broke her back. See, that's why you're upset though. It always comes back to that, right? You're just upset that he said it to you. Ma, he's 3 years old. Like, relax. He says things. He repeats things. Maybe he heard it on commercial. Okay? We don't have YouTube Premium.
So maybe we
Who was the last person that told me to shut up? Answer me.
I'm 34 years old, Ma. I've never heard no one tell you to shut up. Maybe Nanny Agatha, but I've never heard no one tell you to shut up, okay? I see your point.
Okay, so watch what you say around him, because it's a reflection of your parenthood. And if your mother-in-law is taking you to court to take custody, you don't want to look bad. You don't want him saying it to a teacher, and then it falls back on you and reaches the courts, and then you lose custody.
Ma, you're really blowing this up into something that it doesn't need to be. You really think that our life is going to be in shambles because the kid said shut up? Like, come on.
It starts with shut up. But what else do you say around him? What else do you do around him? You have that friend of yours, Damien.
Ma, you're taking it too far. Maybe you misheard the kid.
I'm not taking it too far. I'm just looking out for you. Because you've been to custody court for how many times now? You don't need your son saying these things in public. You're so sensitive. Like, come on. What's that? What?
Nothing. I didn't say nothing.
I just want to know how you really feel about my daughter. Like, I want you to be honest with me.
Miranda, baby, I don't like the heavy subjects. You know, I understand you don't want me around her, and I respect that. So let's just leave it at that for now until you change your mind.
But maybe I'm guarded with her and protective, but it would help me to know what you genuinely feel, and maybe that would ease some of my discomfort with her around you.
Does it matter what I think, though? Do I have a right to have an opinion on Charlotte? She's not my daughter. She's the daughter between you and another man. So I don't have a right to have an opinion on her. I focus on Junior. Not in a negative way, but you know what I'm saying.
No, but even if you sit here and tell me that you feel resentment, or you look at her funny, or it drums up memories or whatever, at least that's honest. You know, and we can work through that. But I can't let you near her, obviously out of respect to Brian, I guess, but also because I don't know what's in your head.
If I say I still have resentment towards her, that just makes me look bad.
No, it doesn't. I don't care what anyone says. Those are your natural feelings. You're allowed to have them. And as long as you're not taking it out on her, then it's okay to work through whatever you're naturally feeling. We can't condemn one another for feeling something.
I guess I do. And I know that's terrible because she's a baby. And she has no idea what's going on. And I shouldn't take things out on her like that. But, yeah, it's hard. I look at her and I just see him. And I see you guys together and it's hard for me. But I try not to, like, take it out on the baby.
But see, that level of resentment must be strong. Because you can't even refer to her by her name. You just call her the baby or that baby a lot of the time.
I guess not calling her by her name is like a coping mechanism. See, even just like talking about it like revs me up and gives me like anxiety. And I don't know.
I get it. I do understand. I can't imagine being in your shoes or Brian's shoes. But she's my daughter. And it's not like, oh, next year she won't be here. Or, you know, like, she's here. And she's not going anywhere. So that resentment is something that you have to work through because I love her. She is my world.
And never once did I tell you or set up the expectation that, like, you're not supposed to love her. I just don't know. I'm not there yet. And I also feel like she's an anchor. And Brian's a boat. You know what I mean? I feel like because she's here, this man could always come back. And I understand that's the reality of the situation. But it's just hard to like watch a movie with you or lay in bed with you or give you a hug and not worry about this man not worry. But just know that like almost like jury duty. Like, oh, any day now, this man's gonna come ruin my life.
You need to get it out of your head that I still have feelings for him or anything. Because I made a commitment to you now. I told you we're together. You have to believe me when I say that. When trust is a two-way street. You can't sit there and distrust me and think that I'm going to cheat on you or anything. Cheating between us has to be in the past. We're moving forward, right? So we have to trust one another. And whether I see this man on the street, on a boat, in a house, doesn't matter.
How do you know how you're gonna react though? It's not like me not trusting you, but this man comes through your door and you loved him at one point.
He abandoned me though. And my daughter. You don't know, like for a female, what that does to you when someone walks out on you. I guess it's a human thing to feel, but I think also like, you know my history with my dad at 13, and the abandonment thing is a big thing for me.
Abandoning you is not enough to get rid of love. Because I abandoned you, and look, we're together. I did a lot of bad things to you, and we're together. So I guess part of me feels like, damn, if I did all these things to her, and she went back with me, at the end of the day, I do feel like this man's like a better person than I am. And I feel like at times he did treat you better. So if he comes back into the picture, and I'm just being honest with you, like genuinely, because I love you, and I don't want to be all macho and pretend like I don't feel a certain way. What chance do I have if this man comes back?
I know it sounds corny and it sounds like it's out of a Disney movie or something, but I mean it when I say this. You're like my first love. You know, we had a life together before anyone else. And I don't know. You're the first person that I chose to have a real life with. No one can take that away from you.
It's a tough thing to bet on. That, oh, I'm your first love, so that's what makes me special.
We have something though. You know there's something there that I can't explain. But when it comes to me and you, I don't know. It's just that thing.
And what is it? What's that thing that makes you and me so much better than him and you?
I told you I can't explain it. I just know that for whatever reason, despite everything that's happened between us, I still love you. And I think for most people that would be very hard. And for you to change, and for you to like really will yourself to get off of all your addictions and go on medication and everything in between. Like, I see your effort for you to do that for me. I don't know what caliber of love other people experience, but that is something that, I don't know, you can't create that. I just hope that you don't hate my daughter, because you know the kids can be detrimental to love.
I don't hate the baby. I don't hate Charlotte. I don't. I'm just not. There's a lot of like unresolved stuff, and I'm just working through it like a human being. But I'll never take it out on her, like, you know, in a nasty way, I promise. But I think also you not trusting me around her also makes her seem like, you know, like it also makes me resent her a little bit, because you still had that guard up with me. And I thought like we were getting past those things. And I know I shouldn't be in a rush, but I am in a rush because I love you.
Well, if we keep things up and you keep putting in the effort and we continue to progress in a positive way where there's no drama and it's not like before, then I'll get there. And I think you will too. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know who's going to come back or who's going to leave. I never thought that I'd be going to court with my mother. You never know what tomorrow brings. You can only work with what you have right now. And right now, we both have a positive mindset. We both want the same thing. We want to be happy. We've always done things for the kids. You know, we didn't want to get a divorce because of the kids. So now, let's continue that. And we'll get there.
I hope so.
My mom at the door.
So answer the door.
What do you want, Mom? Just wanted to serve you these papers myself. This is the summons for the custody hearing between you and me. I can see Joey through the window. I told you, you could have avoided all of this if you just did what was right for my grandkids, but you've chosen Joey over that, and now we will have our day in court. You're really taking your daughter to court. You're really gonna make me go to another hearing. I'm not gonna be made a fool of. I've let you walk all over me as a daughter and tell me what to do with my grandkids for way too long. And this situation with your ex-husband was the last straw. Someone needs to teach you a lesson. And I'm letting you know that when your kids are in my possession, you're gonna have to fight like hell to see them. Because this was all unavoidable.